Hello mirrors. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today is going to be the general astrological reading for Libra for October of 2021. I know this isn't in order, but I haven't really been able to fully focus on putting out 12 videos specifically devoted to the zodiac signs in like a year. It's been a long time. So I did want to get to more, so I just decided to do random generator and do readings for whatever sign comes up. So hopefully I'll get to more of them, and this can be a more fun way instead of trying to go through all of them and only making it halfway before having to go back and start again. So this will be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm going to just get started, go right into it. This will be general reading, but you know, love stuff may come up, career stuff, whatever I'm intuitively drawn to, whatever messages are coming through, I will let you know. Okay, so let's take a look at Libra. And I felt really drawn to using the Thoth deck for some reason, so this deck is very interesting for those of us who have used it understand. It's actually my first deck, and I didn't touch it for a long time. Okay, let's get one more, and I will get clarifiers too. Okay, so let's see. We have art. I believe this is Judgment. It kind of looks like Temperance. One second. Okay, so this is Temperance. So we have Temperance, the Prince of Swords, and we have the Three of Swords, which is sorrow in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get clarifiers. Sometimes I just read them as they are, but I'm really feeling clarifiers for these. Okay, so Temperance is clarified, or art in this one is clarified by, ooh, okay, I'm going to take both of those. The Sun in the reverse, the Seven of Wands in the reverse. The Prince of Swords, which I believe is like the Page of Swords. I'm still learning this deck. I've had it forever, but the Thoth deck is kind of different. And then we have Strength, okay? And this will be also for this one, the Nine of Pentacles. And let's get a card for the Three of Swords. The Three of Pentacles, okay. Okay, so the first thing I think about when I see the Temperance card is how it's this like sort of alchemizing of what is given to you in life. What is the word I'm looking for? Like the things that are given to, I can't think of the specific word right now. But the different elements of what you have in life, and kind of pouring things into this well here, this basin, and trying to find the right amount, the right ratio that works. And sometimes life can really seem that way, you know, where you have so many things you're trying to balance out and get right. But Temperance is also a card of patience, because it does take time to get those elements working together. And then of course, the way that life is, you can get, you know, every element of your life lined up, and then the universe throws a curveball like every time, okay? So the way I'm thinking of this with these two cards is these being the two elements that you may be trying to blend together right now to really get a good balance in your life. So with the Sun in the reverse, when I first read about the Sun, when I was first studying the tarot, I remember how the first book I read, and not everybody interprets it this way, but this is how I'm feeling right now specifically for this, that even the sun in the reverse is such a positive thing. And I feel this way about tarot in general. When I see a card in the reverse, I often just think of that energy as available but blocked. Okay, so the sun is a big card about healing. It's about light being shown on everything so that you can actually heal. You know, if you think about addicts going into 12-step programs, the first step is to figure out what it is that the issue is. So what I'm really feeling right now is the universe is saying there are things in your life that need some addressing. They need some recognition, some acknowledgement, so that you can start making these plans to start being able to balance these things in your life. Because, for example, if you have a food addiction, you have a gaming addiction, but you can't even like admit it. And it doesn't have to be an addiction. That's just the vibe I'm feeling right now. Probably true for a lot of us. If you can't even admit that you are doing something to your detriment, how can you even address why? Like, what are you using that thing to cover up? What is it that you're trying to hide from? Okay, so that's that feeling there. Then we have the Seven of Wands, also in the reverse. So a lot of times I see the Seven of Wands in the reverse position as really feeling like you are out of your element, like things are too much for you. Like, as you can see with this card, he's like a giant on top of the world, and even though he has all of these wands coming at him, he is triumphant. He's ready, you know. So sometimes with the Seven of Wands, it can be this feeling of not being prepared, of maybe going through a lot and not really even having the feeling that you can handle these things. Understand that the universe does give us things in order to help us manifest the life that we truly desire, to help us heal. When things come up, especially in cycles over and over again, it is meant so that we have the opportunity to heal and address it. Because, for example, if you were to heal a wound, or at least become aware of it, okay, like I was saying with the recognition, but then it never comes up again, triggers never come up again, you haven't done the full healing. So a lot of times we do heal in ways, and then that opportunity to show a better reaction towards, you know, what we may have been really triggered and really hurt by in the past. So those things often come up again, so we can get that like final bit of closure and that ability to show that we have healed from a past experience. So with these in the reverse, but we have Temperance, which is such a beautiful card, and the card art in here, so art might be significant for some of you guys. So what I'm really feeling is the universe is saying, and it may have felt, and it may feel difficult to get all of these elements in your life to come together in the perfect ratio so that you are happy and you're fulfilled and you're moving forward, but at the same time feeling really confident and comfortable. There are things that do need to be addressed, that do need to be recognized, and they do need to be healed. And only then can you prepare to overcome these issues. The universe, this is a really big message. So a lot of you guys might be in a state of avoidance. I think a lot of people on this planet are right now, because we're just going through so much. We've been going through so much for like years now, a couple years especially. So, you know, just take time to be real, address it. Journaling helps me a lot, meditate. But let's go on, okay? We have the Prince of Swords. And the Prince of Swords often is one that, well, we did say the princes are like pages, okay? So never mind that. So we have Strength and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So I often think of the Page of Swords, and again, this is the Prince of Swords here, as kind of immature in their thoughts, immature in maybe the things they say, maybe a gossiper, or just kind of speaking without really thinking through or thinking a lot smaller than one is capable of. This energy could be you, it could be somebody around you, it could just be like not you all the time, but just maybe when you get in this energy like we just talked about before, where you feel ill-prepared, or maybe you are not acknowledging the things that do need work. A lot of times, in order to, what is the word, justify this, okay, in our minds, cognitive dissonance, sorry, you might have some of that because it is kind of saving you from actually having to focus and take care of these issues. A lot of you guys might be dependent on others, or a lot of you guys might not understand the power of feeling good within oneself and having your needs met by you and only you, to where, you know, you could lose somebody, or I'm not saying you're going to, I'm just saying, like, when we're overly dependent on others, we can often feel like when the universe isolates us and we have people leave our lives, you know, whether that's permanently, oftentimes it's just like for a little bit, we think that it's a punishment or it's something that's bad. What I'm hearing is this is giving you the strength so that you can not have all of these distractions and you can focus on yourself and your own healing, instead of maybe you might be empathic, or just maybe an air sign with the swords here, with the Prince of Swords here, and maybe you are very impressionable. Okay, whether or not you realize this, maybe it's again, like I said, that could even be somebody in your vicinity, and that could not even be about you. But I think for the most part, you guys, the energy here is about you guys, at least partially, sometimes being in this Prince of Swords energy. Okay. But of course, strength is here. You guys are totally strong enough to face these things. This is, anything that's going on right now is for your, it's a fortification is what I'm hearing, okay? And we have the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Swords is that like broken heart card. It is called sorrow here, okay? But then the Three of Pentacles is one of cooperation. It's one of working together and creating something beautiful, like something real, maybe even art, since we did have this card here. So what I'm feeling is that all of your pain and your sorrow is going to be transmuted into an ability to work with others better, an ability to create a life that is harmonious, that's balanced. Okay, so let's see. I kind of went long into the tarot portion. So let's go ahead and get a few oracle cards. We have You Got the Love, Hyderian Energy, Codependency, Boundaries. Yeah, I was definitely getting this feeling like a lot of you guys have been dealing with people in your life that have been supportive of your goals, or you may be butting heads with, or just where it's been difficult to maintain boundaries with that person, whether that's, you know, on your side or theirs. So boundaries are going to be a big one. Now, one thing I'm personally learning with boundaries are the biggest boundaries you will ever set with anyone are the ones you set with yourself. And once you set boundaries with yourself, And that means being honest with yourself. So for example, if you say, tomorrow I'm getting up and I'm going to the gym. If you say that every day, but you don't do it, or even you only follow through half the times you tell yourself you're going to do things, you're going to lose trust in yourself. So the boundaries you set with yourself are the most important, and they will set the tone for how you allow others to treat you and the boundaries that you put for others. Boundaries are not a punishment. They aren't a bad thing. You can have the most love in the world for people and set boundaries. In fact, if you don't set boundaries, you don't, sorry, this sounds kind of harsh, you don't love people as much as you think you do. Boundaries are a really important form of love for everybody involved. And they can be kind of difficult to determine, but that's why it's so important for you to understand yourself and what you truly want, which is, again, why some of you guys are probably going through an isolation period. It's so you can come out on the other side with this Three of Pentacles, where you are not codependent, you are interdependent with the other people in your life. Okay, let's see. So study and learning. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. And artistic expression, wow. Okay, so art came out, this Three of Pentacles came out, which is often about creation. Okay, so if you guys are curious about a certain art form, I'm really feeling like, because I did pull these cards together, that this month is a good time to learn about those things, study up more, learn new techniques, or maybe even get into a whole artistic, a new art style. It can be anything. It can be something as simple as coloring, you know, or sculpture, or music, anything, any type of creation. And what I'm really feeling is you might be learning these techniques or working on these artistic things yourself, but it might lead to collaboration in the future, which is really cool. Okay. And I also feel like that's really going to do a lot of like soul healing. One of the reasons why art is so amazing is because it can heal us in ways that words and thoughts might hinder us. It's like we're putting out a frequency, an energetic frequency in that media art form, okay? So healing sexuality. Okay, that's been coming up a lot recently. So I also see sexuality as an alignment with the sacral chakra, so which is also this creative. So we have more creativity coming through. Let's get a couple, two clarifiers for this card in particular, because I do feel like that could be why you might be drawn, or, you know, should be, I shouldn't say should be, but might want to start looking into art, because it can help heal your sacral chakra. So we have the Hangman in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Wow, this is a sad looking Seven of Pentacles. Look at him. Okay. So both of these cards, I typically get an energy of looking and seeing things and assessing them. The Seven of Pentacles is about looking at your crops. With it in the reverse, it could be that you guys have wanted to manifest something, or you've wanted these beautiful things in your life. It could be like in relation to sexuality or relationships, or just art, again, with the sacral chakra, but creation in general. And you just haven't seen the fruits of your labor. But I'm really feeling like the reason this came up is through healing your sexuality, your sacral chakra, maybe putting up boundaries, people you have those kinds of relationships with, if you aren't open to that on a soul level anymore, maybe assessing your thoughts, your energy, maybe going deeper into that kind of energy with someone that you vibrate with on a higher level. You know, very, very many different things here. But I feel like you're being called to see things from a different light, to again stop avoiding looking at this. Some of you guys might even be dealing with things like sex addiction. Okay. It's very important, again, for you to have some sort of an awareness in order to heal any of these blockages. Okay. Let's do a couple more cards before closing this out. We have a light body, independence brings comfort, past restrictions, ancestral healing. Wow. Okay, so we have the codependent card here, and then independence brings comfort. Past restrictions, like I was talking about, with kind of restricting yourself from having the life that you want, the life that is really in a higher vibration, by not acknowledging the things that you need to deal with. I think this is really going to come up this month, and there's definitely some ancestral healing going on. So maybe look into your family patterns. There's a lot of different ways you can go towards awareness. And then we have home. May your body beware a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. Okay. I'm going to end on this, guys, because this is really funny. Okay, we're just talking about ancestral healing, and then home comes up, right? That's pretty cool. Harmonious balance. That's what this Three of Pentacles is about. That's what Temperance is about. The last card that came out was Three of Pentacles. The first card that came out was Temperance, which is also art, right? Okay, and then balance of love, strength, okay? Light, we just had light body and the sun, and pleasure, we had sexuality. Okay, wow. So let me read this again. May your body beware a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. And that is where you are headed this month. I'm not gonna lie and say it looks like an easy peasy month. Everything's gonna be running smooth, but I do think a lot of darkness is going to come to light, and you are going to find your inner strength. Okay, the strength card is about inner strength, not outer strength. That's why, you know, she has the line by the mouth. She has the ability to kind of control this animalistic feeling within her. And when I think animalistic, it's all these like past things that we feel drawn to doing, old patterns, old cycles, reactions from the past. And that's very much about ancestral healing. It's like literally in our blood and our DNA. Fears that have been going on for generations, but you have the strength here to look at it, to be honest, to shine light on it, so you can start healing and find this home wherever that may be. So definitely look into art this month. Look for anything that comes up. If something triggers you, maybe you should write it down. It could be something small, but you can start seeing the patterns. When something triggers us, it's because there's something deeper we need to address. Okay? It's a very good tool for healing. It's a very good tool for awareness, even though it doesn't feel good, even though it's not fun. Okay, so definitely look into that. I could say probably a million more things. I think this was a really cool reading. I hope you guys have a really good October, and you remember this when things come up, because there's a lot of beauty waiting on the other side for you, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. But that is it, guys. I love you.